All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from in the world. My name is Hillary Barron. I'm the AVP of Research here at CSA, so I oversee all the aspects of research production here. And I just really wanted to start by thanking you for, first off, joining us today for our Threats and Vulnerability Summit, but also for all the incredible discussion that I saw going on. The speakers have done a really great job of exploring a wide range of topics, and I've seen a lot of really interesting conversations occur as a result of that. There's been a whole variety of topics, everything from looking at how do we strengthen defenses against nation state threats, all the way to the potential risks and opportunities of agentic and AI powered security. I think the insights today really reflect how much more rapidly our rapidly evolving industry has become, and more importantly, looking at how do we remain adaptable? How do we meet these challenges head on? Not just looking at, here's all the problems that we're seeing, here's all the threats and vulnerabilities, all the things that could potentially go wrong, but really looking at how do I solve for this now? How do I solve for it in the future? How do I make sure that my security is adaptable and really built into everything that I'm doing? As we're closing out day one, I did want to just kind of take a step back and look at some of the main themes that we're really seeing. And one of the biggest ones really has to do with AI. We've entered an era where AI is being used by attackers, and we're seeing the impact of that. Threat actors are using AI to really scale their operations faster than ever before, generating really highly personalized phishing emails, or whether we're talking about deploying deepfake voice and video scams. I feel like I keep hearing more and more about how well done these scams are, even to creating autonomous attack scripts that adapt in real time so that it can bypass security measures. So AI has really lowered that barrier for more sophisticated attacks that we might have seen at more of that like nation state level, needing nation state level resources. It's really broadened the range of adversaries that we're talking about. But AI isn't just reshaping the threats that we're looking at, it's reshaping a lot of how we defend against them. And although humans certainly remain at the center of this defense, AI powered security, these tools are allowing organizations to anticipate attacks before they happen using real time behavior analytics and automated threat modeling. To process just massive amounts of information faster than an individual analyst would be able to do, and then arming that human expertise, with all of these kind of AI enhancements, allowing them to really move beyond just being able to triage alerts, and moving on to strategy, creativity, and deeper investigation, all of which is really important for a really like holistic security program. And with AI handling a lot of that repetitive, high volume detection tasks that we've known have been challenging in the past, then we're able to move our analysts on to hunting novel threats, strengthening security policies, and understanding attacker behavior at that deeper level. So this shift not only represents that, reduced alert fatigue, but also empowers analysts to be more productive than they have been previously and preventing more attacks than ever before. So the challenge now really isn't just like how do we adopt AI, but it's about integrating AI in a way that complements that human expertise. How do we do that then also while maintaining transparency and governance and ethical safeguards so that we can really harness AI for all of its full potential, especially within the context of cybersecurity. But how do we do that so that we are gaining the maximum amount of benefit for those human analysts? I think the other thing that I was seeing a lot of and repeated quite frequently was this idea of looking at resilience over perfection. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I saw today, that the goal isn't perfection, right? The goal is resilience. And we know cloud threats and vulnerabilities are really inevitable, whether we're talking about those nation state level threats, or whether we're talking about supply chain attacks, or just the ever present and very ominous cloud misconfigurations. Breaches are going to happen. But the difference between a minor incident and a full scale crisis really comes down to how well our organizations can detect, contain, recover from an attack. Resiliency is not only about bouncing back, but it's about building security that is dynamic and adaptive and helps like self reinforce. And I think by integrating a lot more of those proactive threat modeling and zero trust architectures, automated detection and response, et cetera, organizations can identify risks before they escalate. Right? We are really arming ourselves with a lot of new tools that help limit attackers' ability to really dwell in our systems, but also minimize operational disruptions. But technology alone is not enough. Resiliency requires us to have people, processes, policies, and technology really all working together in order to strengthen that security posture over time. And I think if we're focusing on resilience, if we're focusing on continuous improvement over perfection, organizations can operate with a lot more confidence, knowing that their systems aren't just hardened against, the known attacks now, but they're designed to recover quickly and adapt to those new threats and remain stronger over time. I think there's a lot of stuff that is really exciting that's coming up in day two. We're focusing on some of these cutting edge strategies and defense mechanisms that will really define a lot of the next era of cybersecurity. So just a couple of topics that you can look forward to in day two. We've got a session that's addressing quantum safe security. There's been huge advancements in quantum computing and technology over the past couple of years, but even within the past few months. And this will really change security, especially when we're talking about it being coupled with AI. So, how do we prepare for that post quantum world? What steps do we need to be taking today? What do we need to be thinking about in the future so that we're really future proofing our encryption? There's also another talk that will be about defending OT with attack. As our IT and OT systems become increasingly interconnected, how do we apply advanced threat intelligence frameworks to protect critical infrastructure? And finally, they will have a session on digital custody under siege. So, with the rise of digital assets and crypto based economies, how do we secure digital custody solutions against these evolving cybersecurity threats? So, tomorrow's sessions have an eye not just on today, but also on what the future is for cybersecurity. So, I really encourage you to come back tomorrow with your questions and insights and ideas so that we can continue this discussion. Thank you so much for being a part of today's discussions, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another insightful day of conversations and breakthroughs. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, stay secure, and I hope to see you back here for day two.